Hello everyone, this is Chris Crowder with Unanet, and this is a 5-minute introduction of 20 years worth of software development in order to provide a quick overview of our capabilities. Unanet is purpose-built software for project-driven organizations whereby our customers' employees are the primary drivers of revenue and contributors to costs. Very simply, Unanet gets organizations out of disparate standalone systems and provides our 2,000 customers with a single source of truth for managing their pipeline, projects, people, and financials. Unanet is a totally web-based solution, and I've opened a number of different tabs in my browser so that I'm able to quickly demonstrate some key features. When a user authenticates into Unanet, they'll be presented with a dashboard, and that dashboard will be configured based on that end user's preferences, the charts they'd like to see, the reports they'd like to see, named in the way that they'd like to see them. Of course, they'll also be limited based on the security role that they've assigned in the system. They can see some things, they can edit other things. I'd like to organize Unanet's capabilities around that project. And so this screen shows how one way that we might choose to plan people to that project. I can choose to plan named individuals. I can also choose to plan TBD users into Unanet before I actually know the human being that will be doing the work. So I can plan that labor, and you'll see the planned labor cost on this report here. I can also plan ODCs or expenses. I can calculate the expected indirects based on those on the labor and ODCs that I've planned to get to a planned project cost and compare that to revenue to get to planned margin. This is kind of a trending P&L for your project, and what's especially powerful is it allows us to combine what we actually do with what we're planning to do to get to our real-time estimate at complete. Unanet allows us not just to manage what are our active and ongoing projects, it also allows us to manage our opportunity projects or our pipeline projects. So we can use Unanet to plan into the future. We can actually use it to help us price. And then when we get a contract award, we just slip it to an open and active project, and then our employees can start to work that project. So it can be used to help manage our pipeline. We can assign a P-win or a win probability in Unanet, and this report is showing how we're calculating the weighted value of our pipeline based on that P-win. So once we have the plan in place, we'll start to record time and expense against that project. And so this is a time entry screen. You can enforce a number of different controls as users are entering time for hours, for period of performance. We can set reminders to ping delinquent users if they've yet to enter the minimum number of hours for the previous day, the previous month. There are a lot of different business rules that can be enforced. I showed you sort of a standard timesheet. This is the mobile optimized timesheet, and the way it would render, the way a semi-monthly timesheet would render on a mobile device, on any mobile device. This is an expense report. One of the nice features in Unanet is that the end user can go in, all the CONUS and OCONUS per diem rates are pre-populated, so the end user can select where they're going, and those rates will automatically populate. That's true for lodging and the M&E rates. You can take a picture from your phone and upload those receipt images directly into Unanet. These receipt images can actually be added onto the invoice that's automatically sent out of Unanet and sent to the customer. We can also integrate with a corporate credit card. So as we're delivering this work, we also provide tools to help us in managing that work. And you can set up different alerts so people can be alerted when certain thresholds are crossed associated with a project. You can combine plans and actuals in a graphical format to see how we're trending to hit a funded value threshold that we might have. So there's lots of different graphical reports that might be useful. On this report, I'm choosing to examine both gross and net margins for a host of projects all under a different organization. So really you can slice and dice the data however you'd like. You can also invoice out of Unanet, as I mentioned earlier. And our customers create invoice formats in Unanet, associate those invoice formats with the projects, and then the approved time and expenses get automatically added to these invoices and sent out. Whether they're time and materials, fixed price, cost plus projects, you can invoice them one at a time or combine them all on a single invoice. You can manage your purchasing process out of Unanet, starting with a requisition, converting that into a purchase order, and all of those documents. One of the nice features can be managed directly in Unanet. The agreements can be saved in Unanet. The resumes, whatever you want, can be memorialized directly into Unanet. Obviously, all of the traditional financial statements, financial reports are going to be managed in Unanet. A balance sheet, AR aging report. This is an income statement. I'll point out a trending income statement, one click to PDF and Excel for all these financial reports. One of the requirements of most project-based businesses is the ability to calculate indirect rates and spread those indirect costs across those projects, like I showed earlier. And so this is an example of one of those reports. How we're calculating the fringe overhead G&A. You can have as many different cost elements, cost structures, cost pools as you'd like, as sophisticated a structure or as simple a structure as you desire, and you can see those rates at the bottom. And if that's not enough, each end user can also create. We have a custom BI and analytics solution embedded within Unanet, and they can create the custom reports that they need. So thank you very much for listening. Please do visit back to unanet.com for additional information, as we're always enhancing our solution. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.